around, he's around. And it impacts rural people, people of color, especially Native Americans the most. And we're teaching every negative lesson. If you want to get out, if you want somebody to go your bail, have money. So that's what we're doing.
Donna, I'm actually going to ask you a few questions because what's interesting about our Racial Justice Improvement Project is we do have these 4 task forces, and we did have requirements of who the stakeholders on that task force would be. And one of those members would be a community representative. And that's something very unique to our project, to require someone from the community who represents that jurisdiction to sit at the table with the rest of the stakeholders. Donna, you happen to be the community representative for the Minnesota Task Force. So first, I'd just like to ask you, what background in the criminal justice system do you feel that you bring to the table with the community representative hat?
Well, not so much the criminal justice system, but I've been working for racial justice for over 20 years. As Salma said in her introduction, I'm a member of the Fond du Lac Band of Ojibwe. And although Native American people are 3% of the population of St. Louis County, they're overrepresented in almost every area. My interactions with the criminal justice community have been on 4 distinct projects. We're in 4 years into creating a civilian review board for police accountability. And that was prompted by a young Native man that was murdered, killed in the hands of the police. That was the last time he was seen alive. And we started forming a civilian review board. So I've been involved with that for 4 years. There's people in the criminal justice system on that task force. The other one that I've been working on for 3 years now is the Juvenile Detention Alternative Initiative. And that is to reduce the number of youth of color in our detention facilities. The same kind of reasons that Fred talked about. Juvenile detention is terrible a terrible place to be for all youth, but for youth of color, even more so. As a social worker, I see the trauma that's done to youth that are placed in detention facilities for long periods of time, disproportionately. And so I've been working on that project. So when I was asked to be on this task force, as a community member, to inform discussions about issues, problems, and solutions. That's what I hope I can bring to the task force. And may not speak as eloquently as Fred. That's right. Say more. No. Fred reminds me of a few things on the task force that I don't have to worry about. I propose all kinds of ideas and solutions with no concern about budgets. Yeah, he's always reminding me that we don't have money before I even get a chance to explain my idea.